Elizabeth, how do you think this could work?
These are the personal care budgets for maternity. They're being put forward as a scheme by the review team. It's a mechanism for supporting women's choice. Choice has been a maternity policy for years and years now, and it hasn't always worked. So this is really a proposed way to see how it can really be enshrined, as it were, in the infrastructure. It should never take the place of a good conversation between the woman and her midwife, I would absolutely stress. But it does mean that there's that mechanism so a woman doesn't feel she has to argue about everything. It's there.
Claire, I think it's fair to say you're slightly sceptical of this.
I am pretty sceptical, yes. I mean, I agree with Elizabeth. It would be lovely if we could offer women their choice and they could get it without any arguing. But every year a new study comes out or a government initiative saying that women are going to be entitled to home births and so on. And every year, I'm afraid I make the same comment, we don't have enough midwives to help mothers give birth safely in hospital. Where are we suddenly going to get all these experienced midwives to do home births, whether they're being paid for it or not?
It does throw up an awful lot of questions, Elizabeth, and let's talk about the cost, because that's essentially what it boils down to, is why there are not enough midwives, according to the likes of Claire. Could this scheme actually create more costs? I mean, it has to be administered, for one thing.
It's been planned to be minimally costing for on the administrative side, as I understand it. I don't know all the details of that. I do think the sort of choices that women often want to make about giving birth outside an obstetric unit overall should be cheaper, particularly if there are larger numbers of women who do that, and therefore it's a sustained service in each locality.
But Claire, I know you wonder what a new mum, a first-time mum, might make of this. How would they know what to choose?
Well, exactly. Even I, as a former midwife, if someone suddenly said to me, right, here's a budget, and we've heard different figures, some papers are saying there's a budget of £3,000. Here's £3,000 and you can decide how you want your maternity care to go. I wouldn't know. Should I be investing it all in a water birth? Should I be having hypnotherapy? Should I be paying for breastfeeding classes? I wouldn't know. And what if I've chosen a whole mass of really exotic things throughout the pregnancy and suddenly things go wrong and I want an epidural or something? Will they say, no, you can't have it, you've used up your budget?
Julia Ball on Twitter got in touch. Say, what if it is something serious like gestational diabetes? You're going to be then left in the lurch because you've spent all your budget on other things?
I don't think that's going to happen. The NHS services will continue and people are not going to be left without care.
So then you wonder what's the point of the budget? Do you see why people would wonder what's the point of it then?
I do, but I think you've got to remember this is mainly about providers. It's not necessarily about saying right at the beginning, I will want X, Y and Z precisely with no chance to review. I think there will always be chance to review because it's not about having the pounds and pence in your hand to spend. It's about the money moving around between commissioners and providers, and basically that can even be sorted out in retrospect if it needs to be. It is money on paper, or rather virtual money. So I don't think we need to worry about that. It's about helping women to choose and helping them think through the options there are.